Okay, so this is the WRC from 2017, and it is running actually on high settings, 1080p of course, and yeah, it is running absolutely fine. Almost 60 FPS. Well, it is 60. Even the 0% lows are actually, both of them, almost 60. So I finally figured out how to... yeah, I mentioned that I figured out how to enable this mode, and you actually need to enable benchmark mode, and this mode is actually not in the MSI Afterburner but in Riva Tuner. So yeah, that was pretty confusing because I was looking for the settings in the MSI Afterburner and I couldn't find it. And these type of settings actually in the Riva Tuner. So yeah. And yeah. So this is the WRC. I actually didn't like the WRC games, but this 7 is actually pretty good. It is the best from all of them, at least for me. I didn't like actually the 8th one and the 9th one. The 10th one I didn't play and didn't try actually. So maybe on the sale I actually pick it up. And the older ones, yes, I also didn't like them. They just, yeah. Colin McRae and Dirt is much better. I don't know, they have something that this one don't have. And yeah, so we're playing on the new system. With this new graphics card, 1050 Ti. Starting with these less demanding games. We'll see what happens later. Yeah, apparently in 2017 there's quite a bit of racing games was released. So just like 2015 was fighting games, so 2017 was the racing. The racing, 2015 was the fighting years, because a bunch of fighters was released like Tekken 7, Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter, I think. And this 2017 actually is the racing year, because yeah, this WRC was released and Dirt 4 was released, Need for Speed Payback was released, and the next year I think the V-Rally 4 also released, and that one was also pretty good. So yeah. Okay, there is no point actually to finish the race for me, so this was the WRC 7 from 2017. Okay, so this is the Dirt 4 from 2017. And it is actually has the craziest settings I have ever seen, because yeah, the settings is about the audio. So yeah, this game runs on high settings actually. Some things are even on ultra. But the problem is that I recorded this video and I am now putting voice over this video because the sound settings you cannot drop below 50, and that setting is the engine setting, so you cannot drop the engine sound below 50, and it is actually running too loud. I try a couple of things, nothing's working. So yeah. So now I'm doing this. This is crazy. So how developers actually do that? That whose was I don't know. They just sit on the table and who thought that this was a good idea? Hey, look, maybe these players want to hear a engine of the cars a little bit more louder, so maybe they don't appreciate the car engine sounds, so let's restrict them from muting the engine sounds. So that's insane actually. But yeah, but anyway, this game is, this is the Dirt 4 from 2017, and I am running it on the new system with the GTX 1050 Ti. And then the actually on the high settings, the graphics card is actually maxing out, but the frames don't drop that much actually. Even the 0% lows or 1% lows are actually pretty good. And some say that this card is actually not that good. So I think this card is actually pretty good. Just of course, maybe if you are playing the first-person shooters, maybe you need a little bit more powerful, but on these sports titles is actually perfectly fine. And you need to understand that you don't need a powerful power supply or this gold certificate, platinum certificate power supply. And those can be quite expensive. So if you have a simple power supply, and even if you buy let's just say you want to be future proof and want to buy the better, more powerful card, you need to understand if you need to change the power supply, and these certificated power supplies, they can be quite expensive. It could be about €100, $100. So if you add that, you can see that value is not that great actually. And so yeah. So this was just my opinion on the GTX 1050 Ti, and this was Dirt 4 from 2017. Let's try low settings. We'll see what happens there. I think that I need to restart the game. Okay, so the game is actually on the minimum settings. The VRAM is actually dropped quite a bit.
No, this is not happening.
Yes, it works much better. There's no stutter or anything, but
Lily!
maybe this game is poorly optimized because nothing is maxing out and this game cannot even reach 60 FPS.
Damn it! Lily, I'm here! Where are you? Oh god, if she upstairs.
Okay, so the VRAM is not that high, the normal RAM not that high. Well, at least in 2017. But the game struggles to reach 60 FPS.
I'm coming, Lily! Just hold on! I'm here, Lily! I'm here! Lily? Come on out! Lily! Where are you? I'm here! Dad's here!
You weren't here for me, Dad.
Yes, the CPU is actually only 13%. The GPU is not maxing out.
You didn't save me!
Okay, so
Hello?
this is the Evil Within 2.
Are you there?
So this is the minimum settings, and I think that the game is actually poorly optimized because FPS is jumping all over the place. So,
Cat. I don't ever remember owning a cat.
so the minimum settings is all this GPU can do because the jumps will be too great.
Slide projector. Where did my memory dig this up? Elementary school?
Okay, so this is the Evil Within 2 from 2017. Okay, so this is the Project Cars 2 from 2017. And yeah, you can actually change the weather in this game, so that was also pretty new setting, at least back in the day. And then yeah, this is the testing on the new system, Ryzen 2600, and the new GTX 1050 Ti. And this game is actually running absolutely fine. Well, it's not always a 60 FPS. Yes, and the settings are actually these. This is the... everything is on high settings. So apparently some tracks are more demanding than others. So let's try something else and I'll meet you at the track. Okay, so this is another track, and apparently when you're driving near a lot of cars, the FPS will be dropping a little bit, and there's a lot of spectators as well. But other than that, actually, game's running absolutely fine on high settings. And yeah, this game is actually reaching only 10 gigs of RAM, where Need for Speed Payback needs 12. So that is also pretty interesting. And the VRAM is actually pretty much the same, about 3 gigs. And the graphics card is not always on 100 FPS, on 100%, so it shows that this game is not that crazy demanding. And yeah. Okay. So this is pretty good game actually. It is one of the best, at least for me. So previously I actually didn't like this closed track races, but when I tried
Roger that, hit now, we'll be ready when you are.
I didn't want to do that, yeah. When I tried the Project Cars, I changed my opinion and I actually liked this closed tracks races much more. So yeah, let's try something else. Okay, so this is another car with another track, and this is actually on a heavy rain. So the graphics card is actually struggling. With this rain particles all over the place. But yeah, you can definitely play high settings. Maybe not on the 60 FPS, but 30-40 is actually pretty fine, because this is the racing game, not a first-person shooter. Maybe I need to... Okay, let's try some different angles. Let's see how the card holds up. Yeah, these rain particles is pretty interesting. Maybe I need to drive this kind of track, not with a formula. Okay, let's try actually a different car. Okay, so this is the Renault Megane. Yes, this kind of heavy rain particles is actually everywhere. Let's wait for a little bit. So yeah, on the heavy rains you could actually turn down some settings. But yes, about the 40 FPS actually on the heavy rain tracks. And yeah, the maxing out is actually only the GPU. The CPU fine, the RAM fine, even the VRAM is fine. So you only need a more powerful GPU, at least on the rain tracks. If you played on the any other weather, so there is no problem. Only the rain is actually too heavy on this card. Okay. Okay, let's try more simpler car, but on this sunny weather. Yeah, and definitely you can see that 60 FPS, constantly 60. And the GPU is also dropped to 80%. So yeah, the rainy weathers is actually a lot more demanding on this game. Okay, so that's that. So this was Project Cars 2 from 2017. And this is the medium settings. Okay, so this is the Forza Motorsport 7. Okay, so this is the Forza Motorsport 7. And apparently MSI Afterburner doesn't work with this game. So I cannot comment anything about FPS, and this game apparently runs on medium settings. This game is from 2017. And yes, and I think it looks a little bit better than Project Cars 2, but those games are pretty similar. So yeah. And also the MSI Afterburner doesn't work as well with the Horizon games as well. So I don't know. Maybe there is some kind of fix, but I just don't have the time for searching for the solution. So yeah, this is the Forza Motorsport from Forza Motorsport 7 from 2017. And yeah, apparently it works fine. No problem. On 1050 Ti and Ryzen 2600. 16 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM. So yeah, that's it. This was Forza Motorsport from 2017.